Hey class. So last demo we went through a version of Happy Clouds. So in this lesson, let's start with a gloomy storm casting cloud. All right, let's see how this goes. So this is a gloomy version. Let's build this from scratch. Let's do it. All right. So first and foremost, we need a gradient. In this instance, what I'm going to do is start with a darker layer underneath. I'm going to go gray. The atmosphere, just by putting that in, see how much atmosphere we're already feeling. Now, the second one would be a little bit more like that. Bring the gray up a little bit from down here. Bring up some of the blues. Let's go pretty gray. And realistically, this is how dark I want the clouds to be eventually when we have once we get to our final cloud shapes. Okay, so in the first one, sorry if that was too loud too quickly. With this one, we're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to start with very generic cloud shapes orthographically. Remember last time we used just a regular gouache brush. This time I've got one that says it's like a watercolor brush, and that's okay. We could try it out with that. Just paint some clouds. It's going to have different sort of effects than maybe we are expecting, and that sounds like fun. Let's play with the challenge. All right, so let's play with some cloud shapes. Some dark. I'm just playing around with it because I know eventually I want the whole thing to be covered. Oops. So actually I could see it's getting pretty dark down here. I don't quite want it to disappear just yet. I want to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm going to erase some, add some, erase some, add some, erase some. We can do this as fast or as slow as you want. Enjoy the process. We are painting after all. So let's go ahead and play around with this. Have some of it connect. If I wasn't doing this on a digital version, I would be a lot more careful. And I would definitely be more careful. Okay, lock the transparency, make everything the same. I'm going to duplicate it because probably instead of spending all this time doing a bunch of clouds, I think it better serve you guys if I just showed you some transformation. So actually I'm going to do a little bit tilted. make a huge, huge difference because I'm okay. That's one version. Oops. Making sure that it lines up. I'm going to duplicate a copy of this, open it up. I'm going to do the same thing to this. Do a transformation. Again, I'm pretty much just trying to make a nice little grid to show perspective. Because remember, clouds are in perspective. The further clouds go, okay, duplicate again. I'm going to do some more cloud shapes down there. All right, let's see. Let's merge these down. Oops. Merge selected. I've kept some. Now I'm just going to arrange these clouds in a way that's kind of pleasing to me. I think like this is looking pretty good. Maybe I'll just duplicate this, flip it horizontally. Oops. And to kind of see how it lines up. And create some interesting shapes that I probably wouldn't think of. Maybe something like that. Oh, that's actually nice. I like that. And then I'm going to take a mask. Actually, first I'm going to make the colors the same. I'm going to take a mask and mask out some of these areas. Okay, that's starting to come along. And actually, I'm going to make this composition a little bit smaller. Oops. I'm going to put everything into a folder. Put it in there. Put that in there. And make a mask. And make this. All right. Okay. So, yeah, it's already feeling pretty gloomy. Mix some, merge this down just to make things a little bit simpler for us. Okay. And then for the most part, with a cloud like this, all right, first what I'm going to do is duplicate a copy, merge it down, and turn this into a color layer. So it adds a little bit of color. And then I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to bring that down. Oops. So bring all that down closer, and then I'm going to include a little bit of a yellow up here with some overlays. Okay. All right. And that is mostly what a much more stormier cloud feels like. Now, if we want to make it feel even more like a storm, what I would actually do is probably brighten up the clouds a little bit and turn this into a multiply layer. Clip it. Actually, no, I don't like that. With that in place, we could start adding another layer. I'm actually going to brighten up this area. And then we can go ahead and I'm actually going to remove some of these back here. For the mask. And then with this, now I can soften some of these areas. Right. Some of these clouds. Some of these storms happening over here. And what I'm going to actually want to do is darken some of these areas. Actually, I'm going to do it on a separate layer so that I don't mess anything up. Darken some of these areas because there's some strong shadows that happen in here. this is getting a little bit distracting. Turn that off for now and see if after I add these shadows, if it makes sense to include that. Here, just darken up these areas like that. And then take this and just soften up the edges. Soften them up. Now we have some brooding clouds. Like that. Have a firmer edge and then a softer edge. All right. And so really it's just, at this point, it's all about design and try to avoid having strips of strokes. Just kind of bringing those shapes in. Okay. And maybe I'll even add some more gradient. Go brighter. You know, so that's one way. Maybe this feels a little bit more like a brooding type cloud. Let's merge that. If we were to up the, if we were to up the values, then it'll feel a little bit more misty instead of more brooding. So two different versions. Here's a little bit more misty, a little bit more, and this is a little bit more broody. So how much temperature and how much saturation that you include in this makes a big difference. And here I'm going to actually I'm going to increase the dynamic of this some more. And really what I can also do is I could insert a blur, maybe a motion blur, or actually a radial blur and start from over here. Outward. Inward. Let's try it out. We're going to try either one. A little bit softer edge here. Do something like that. And increase the it's too bright. Something like that. And then go ahead and just paint that in. Or just do a soft brush. So there it is, a stormy clouds. And if you wanted to add some God rays, that also would look nice too, to do God rays. Essentially, you just take a shape, take that, a new layer, select this light color, boom, filter it, Gaussian blur, and then I'm going to use the gradient. Oops, no. All right, I'll just do this then. I'll take a soft brush and just get rid of some of that, and then that's just, then now we have some God rays in it. And play around with this. You can make it more broody, less broody. There's some holes that I probably would fix up if I was to paint this a little bit more seriously. But I hope that helps. Thanks.